Hello there and welcome. What we're going to be watching today is me losing. I've just lost in my first game on Sunday and not happy because on Saturday and Sunday I meant to win. I can't win during the week because I work too hard and I'm too tired when I come home. So I don't even play the game most of the time, to be honest. So at the weekend, when I'm not doing other things, I like to play Company of Heroes and I like to try and get a decent ranking, around 400, 500, so a good mid-level player. I'm not exactly great at the game, but I can give people a good game and I can have fun. This is me analysing myself because I just played pretty well first thing on Sunday morning, but lost. So I want to see what I'm doing wrong. Let's use tac map a lot in this game. So straight away, I'm not putting pressure on the mid. I'm allowing this guy to take the imperative and put barbed wire up on his cutoff. I think this is too. No, I had to cap that, I guess. This guy's not even capping his, but let's not focus on what he does right or wrong. Let's focus on what I do wrong. So straight away I've got this idea when I play Kolodny Firma, which is, by the way, the most played game on Company of Heroes 2. Played map, rather. I have the idea that if I'm on this side, I barbed wire these green covers, because I think they're very important to maintaining your position. And if I'm on this side, I don't usually barbed wire this much, to be honest. So seeing that this church is unoccupied, I'm going for this church. This church is pretty good lines of sight. It can cut off the flank, I think. But obviously, in Company of Heroes 2, and Company of Heroes 1 for that matter, it takes a while for the squad to reface itself. So if it's facing this way, and it gets flanked from this direction, it can get pretty stuffed. In terms of build order, I like to get 3 Grenadiers, and then try and get a feel for what build my opponent's going. So in this, I'd be looking for an early Maxim to show me that they'd gone a tier 2 build, because that can happen in several of your games. Most people do go conscript spam. This guy, in fact, has gone 2 combat engineers, but 3 Grenadiers usually is a good amount. And then if depending on what they're doing, you can go for an early sniper if they've gone support weapons, or if they've gone tier 1, you can get an extra grenadier to Faust the M3. And usually I'll just go tier 2 if they're just going conscripts, though, because I think if you get a scout car out, you can push away. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's all about material versus material. So I'm allowing this guy to cap a lot of the map at the moment, but that's to be expected with conscripts versus Wehrmacht. That's not too bad. It's all about what I do in the early engagements to come, so we'll give it a little nip of ×2. I just wanted to white this VP. This is, I didn't feel like I was playing badly. I'm thinking about manpower bleed. I'm not overdoing it. This conscript's going for this house. That's pretty good. Gets taken. But yeah, I felt like I was playing well in this game, but then this flamer comes up and does some serious health damage to my MG. Do manage to soft retreat out of there, but then hard retreat. I don't know why I did that. Perhaps I was worried about the flamer getting in the house. Which is fair enough. So I've got 3 Grenadiers and then straight to T2, so I am lacking a little bit of manpower on the field. Trying to get away from this flamer. Trying to soft retreat out of there so I can maintain pressure on this house. I don't want that conscript coming to cap this cutoff. I'm leaving 1 Grenadier here to stop this conscript trying to get in. But he's just very slowly pushing in. I mean, so I build a sniper at this point, because he's taking the imperative. Oh god, I've upgraded an LMG on this guy, but he gets focused, and he's left on his own in the open. And they need to be standing still to use their LMG, so straight away he was pushed off. I tried to focus on this guy, he keeps pushing him. I don't want to lose that guy, I want him in the fight, so I try and wield him around the back. All the while this guy's getting hurt by this flamer, he nearly dies. Thankfully he doesn't. Got the MG in an okay position now, but this conscript can put a lot of pressure on. There was a rifle grenade on that combat engineer, but straight away I've no cut-off. All the while he's backcapping and laying mines, and I've been completely pushed off the map. I mean, Sniper's a great tool for keeping you in a game when you're being pushed hard. But this guy's only got with three conscripts and one flamer engineer. He managed to push me entirely away from my cutoff. To be honest, I blame the LMG Grenadier getting caught out of position. As soon as I upgrade to LMG, there's another mine. So he's protecting the northern flank. I'm not going to be able to push for that VP anymore. I've had to go for early med bunker because of my lowly health MG42. He's got my cutoff. He's now building tier 2. Just got a D-crew. Oh, by the way, that was a D-crew. First 2 shots from a combat engineer killed that lowly health MG. Which shows you why I wanted the med bunker, but I don't have the munitions for it thanks to the MG42. Which is doing work now, but it's just been molotoved unfortunately, so it's going to have to get out of there. And again, I don't have my cutoff. Perhaps I could have watched for the molotov better. And he's just constant pressure. And I suppose it's been caught out of position that's led to this. And this guy's a very aggressive player, so if you are caught out of possession around your cutoff, you're going to be stuffed. You're going to be absolutely stuffed for the rest of the game now. I mean, thankfully I managed to get this Pioneer up here to cap for a VP to keep me in the game for as long as possible, to allow my sniper to catch up with the manpower losses. Yeah, it's about being caught out of position. You can't afford for it to happen. But I thought with having a grenadier here, but then when he darted to try and attack the north, I left that flank open. I mean, the conscript obviously wasn't in cover, but the fact that my guy wasn't behind cover either gave him the brief window of opportunity to get behind him, and then he kept pushing on him, and I was just at sort of position. I had these two guys focus firing this house. Houses are all important. You know houses are all important, but they're just... It's like they are holding points for your troops. This is bad reactions now. I'm walking onto red cover there. Didn't realise what was happening in time. And the game's practically over. It is practically over. I mean, it goes on for a little bit while longer. Let's show how I deal with what happens after. I tech to tier 2. That's teching right now. I try and get my sniper to do work. He ends up on a lot of kills, but he's got shock troopers on the field now. Got a lot of mines about. So my Pioneer's going to have to become a minesweeper, which he does in short time. I build a scout car in answer to that. Yeah, minesweeper. By that I mean he walks over mines. With the scout car, I use that to counter shocks. Again, another mine. 3 men killed that time. So more manpower bleed. Every time that happens, it's a major loss. These guys got a pathing issue, and I'm stuck. Trying to use the scout car, the pathing issue. I thought you could get through that gap with the scout car. You definitely could. I don't know why he didn't go through that gap. That's where I wanted him to go through. It's just a load of crap, isn't it? I don't know why I rifle naded that house. That hardly ever works. Having to retreat because he's now got a T-70. So the LMGs again aren't doing work. I mean, if you look at that squad, it has a 1 kill on the LMG, so that's 60 munitions wasted. Really needs to make them the troops be... Again, another mine. I've hit every mine he's laid. In fact, that's 2 mines right next to each other. And that's the guys that laid them there. I'm trying to bait the T-70, but it didn't come into effect. I've got the Panzer Grenadiers to give me some DPS against the shocks if I want to go toe-to-toe with them for a while, but that doesn't happen. And then incendiary artillery is really just going to push me out of position. I've got a skeleton. Well, I've got a decent army, but it's just I don't have the tools to use it. Got a decent amount of fuel. Perhaps I shouldn't have given up so early, but the VP pressure just completely disheartened me. Really should have picked these guys up, but unfortunately the incendiary artillery meant I couldn't keep up the DPS on that retreating squad. I would have been happy with that. Right, here we go. I'm now trying to bait the T-70. The Faust did not go off. I was trying to Faust for ages, and it didn't go off. It was just a shock, just a path scout. Then frontal armor does not penetrate. I try and get out of there, and I actually shift crew Sorry. I'll be entirely honest with you here. With that scout car, I shift clicked here, 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 there, yep, there, and then round the back to get home. I just went. Guess what? Instead, he just goes on the fucking road. And then goes down there! How can you... I must have misclicked, surely. But then again, the shift clicking in this game can be terrible. Oh, by the way, and then I GG'd as soon as that happened. I suppose I gave up too early, but I just felt like I'd have been utterly outplayed. I was on 76 VPs. And I suppose it's easy to see where I went wrong. I didn't go wrong with what I built. I didn't go wrong with my strategy, but my positioning and my reaction to his ferocity was way too slow. My positioning was poor at times. I didn't utilise the green cover advantages that I made for myself. I let him have this house. I really need to acknowledge on Kolodny Firma from playing from the east how important this house. Just how it I suppose in a way it's the equivalent of this house for the west side. The church is, you know, not as important as you think on Summer Kolodny because you've got this shot blocker here. It actually makes the church not as vital as you might think. So I've really got to remember how important that house is. But thank you for watching. I'm going to upload this for the reason being that I think everybody should analyse their replays now and again. So watching somebody else do it might be useful to somebody else out there. So thank you for watching and goodbye.